So Utah periodically experiences the worst air quality in the world as a result of wildfires, our wintertime inversions, and wind-blown dust from the Great Salt Lake. The biggest concern for us is the health effects. It can induce asthma attacks, it can exacerbate asthma. It can also, long-term exposure to particulate matter can lead to numerous adverse health effects.
Several years ago, my daughter was playing in a varsity soccer game. At the beginning of the game, the air was clear, and at the end of the game, we could see this plume of smoke coming over the mountain range. And by the beginning of the JV soccer game, there was significant decrease in the air quality visibility of that game, which is important to the point we're having on-site monitors to determine when is it safe to modify the activity or cancel events if needed because of poor air quality.
I do believe that the average person just thinks, well, maybe my eyes burn and maybe I got a sore throat tonight. I don't think they realize the extent and how deep it actually gets into the lungs of any individuals that's out there exercising, let alone children.
Right now, over half the counties in Utah have no air quality forecast at all. So we're working with researchers here at the University of Utah to develop high-resolution forecasts so that somebody on an athletic field can be like, here's my air quality now. Oh, I'll go to this tab. Oh, here's my forecast for the next 3 days right where I am. That can be really powerful for decision makers.
We don't know the long-term effects of athletes that train in poor air quality. What you really want to have is a 40-year-old head on an 18-year-old body, and we don't always get that. But to have that understanding on the coaching staff that that's one of their priorities. Yes, they need to teach the kids the game, and they need to teach a lot of other things, and they hope to win, and they hope to be successful in their program. But paramount amongst all of that is the safety of these youth, not only for the here and now, but for the future. And they need to look at these policies and these recommendations as such that they're trying to help these youth be successful not only now, but to help promote that for them in the future and safeguard that future.
So typically, the state has a limited number of reference sensors located throughout Utah. These are designed for regulatory purposes. They're super high quality. They cost about $30,000 each. That's just not feasible to have a wide distribution of those. So lower cost sensors have been getting better and better in terms of quality, and the price is coming down. So we have sensors that measure fine particulate matter. That's what you'd see during an inversion or a wildfire event, and also dust. So we send our people out to the school. We get the sensor set up, and then we show them how to look at their data.
It's really a 365-day job trying to protect them, because there's not a day that goes by that we don't have something. I mean, what you can't see going on is the kids at the opposite end of the field right now practicing, right? Some of them come out on their own, but many of them, they're involved in things year-round. And this really needs to go to Parks and Recreation. It needs to go to club sports. This needs to go across the board, not just affect our schools.
There are about 150 high schools in Utah, and they encompass desert valleys, high mountain valleys. There's big geographic differences, and that can have a big difference in air quality, especially if you've got some kind of local fire or dust event. And our goal is eventually to get a sensor on every athletic field in the state.
We can either be proactive or we can be reactive. I like to be proactive, so if I can be in on the ground floor, getting the data and figuring it out, learning how to read them, then I can be proactive when somebody chooses to make a mandate. Again, is there a mandate out there right now? No. Do I think one's going to come? I do think one's going to come. And if it's going to come, I'd like to be a part of it and have a say in it rather than reacting to whatever it is and then having something that I think could have been better. So I would encourage any and all of them to jump on board as quickly as possible.
Over the long term, this information is super valuable to health researchers. People are doing epidemiological studies, trying to understand what are the long-term impacts of athletes who exercise in poor air quality. Well, right now we don't really know because we don't have that data. But over the course of years, we're now beginning to gather that data, and we can start to look at those questions.
If you were to ask me while I'm involved in this as a sports medicine primary care physician, is because I support efforts like this for best practices in maintaining the safety of our student athletes. Whether you play in the band or whether you're on the soccer team or on the football field, having best practices generated from appropriate data and then making progress to provide ways to monitor and ensure the safety throughout their events is something that everybody ought to be involved in. It's the right thing to do.